Hey everyone, it's Amal Manazar here, and I'm so excited to bring you an excellent interview with one of my favorite clients, Jason Sun. Now, Jason is a wonderful, wonderful student from the summer cohort of the Accelerator, and he's finishing up in the next few weeks. And the best part about Jason is that before the program, he had zero internships, no research, no hackathons, nothing on his resume. All he had were just some random class projects, right? And through the program, in 6 weeks, he was able to get a year-long paid software engineering internship at an excellent company called Macro Health. And that was only 6 weeks into the program. So he's not even done yet. Yet he has his internship offer. He signed it. He's starting next week. So I wanted to bring him here, ask him about the program, and see what he has to say about his experience and what he's doing next. He really, really executed on everything I told him to do in the program. And the results show for themselves. So with that out of the way, here's Jason Sun. So this is a bit of a client interview where obviously it's being recorded. And I would love to just kind of talk briefly about where you were before the accelerator, how you felt about the program, and now that we're finishing off, I believe you have 1 or 2 more weeks left, where you are now. So if you're ready, we can get started.
Yeah, sure. So I think my starting point was definitely lower than most of the people. So I was at my last year of university, and I basically had no experiences with nothing, no club experiences. I have attended zero hackathons. I have made zero personal projects, and of course I don't have any working experiences, both paid or unpaid. This is like my starting point, and also I'm living in Canada, and they also have less opportunities comparing to the United States. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I don't have any referrals that I can get from my father's friend, from my friends. I don't have any high school friends here. My parents never been to this country, and yeah. So also, I'm an international student. That could be a little bit maybe harder for me to pass like harder to get recruiters' preference. So I would say that my starting point is quite lower than most of the people, and I basically just want to get my first internship, in such a situation.
Got it.
So
Now,
yeah,
Jason, I guess those are some external facts. Like you said, you didn't really have many internships or projects or anything before joining, and you're an international student. But I guess internally, how are you feeling about the job application process before the program, maybe 3, 4 months ago?
yeah. So at the time I started applying for internships or co-ops, it was a lot there was a lot of information that I could get because first I didn't know nothing about like how I can make myself appealing to the companies. So what I did is like pretty much like most of the people, I go to YouTube with some videos, just search like how can I get a software engineering internship in 2024, and it's like a bunch of different informations pop ups to me like, oh, you need to have a personal projects, you need to have a referral, you need to have some previous work experiences, like so many information. And also some people said you need to be good at legal. So at the time I didn't really know which one should I follow. I have limited time, and I only did like grinding on legal at the time for the, I think, a whole year, a whole month. And if I look back to the strategy I made that time, it wasn't really good because I didn't even get any interviews, and I just like keep grinding on lead code and have my resume like not optimize the resume, keep sending, keep applying for any companies, code applying all of them that I could find. And even though I have some basic knowledge on lead code, I still don't have any interviews. I feel so conflicted, so struggled, and also very discouraged. I don't know where. I know that there must be some problems for me, but I don't even know what are the problems. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, kind of transitioning into when you decided to join the program, one of my questions here is what made you choose to join this program rather than, I don't know, continuing to go on your own, maybe some other program. I'm not sure how many programs like this there are out there. But I guess what were the main factors that influenced your decision to join the accelerator?
Yeah, so I have watched quite a lot of the YouTube videos about talking about how to get software engineer internships, and I found your channel. So when I look at your experience, I realize that you have had multiple internships before at those big companies. And also, I think some people they do have their like internship for the fresh as a freshman or the second year, and even though they get into the internship, I feel like their successful experiences cannot be copied because like it might be their first internship. It might be because like they have some referrals or something that is very only applicable for them. But when I saw your experiences, I realized that you have the reason that you can have multiple experiences is because that you are copying your own success experiences for the next one and then go to next one. If you can do that, that means that maybe I can also copy from your success and I can get my own success. And also this is actually my my own experience with uh, similar mentorship programs that I have attended before, that people who can get success in some areas, um, if they are very like they have multiple times of the success, they can teach you how to get success. And I remember that before that I have a mentor, he told me like if you can do everything that I told you like a robot, you can get success. So yeah, so when I found your program, I realized that wow, there is a program that can help me to find software engineer internship, and which is quite similar experiences that I had before. And so I was like, I want to join the program and I want to like take all the advice that you told me to do and like every single piece of the advice, and I will get success. That's what I was thinking. So I just choose to join here.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense, man. And honestly, I guess a side note here is I felt like you probably just you did exactly what you said, which is like you took what I said and then you doubled it even. I remember there was one time where I told you how to like look for internships in a certain location, and then you told me, yeah, I did that like 5 times over. So that was like very inspirational to see that you were taking my advice, but then even doing like more and more and more beyond that point. I guess let's talk about the program itself. So I guess what was the program like for you? How did you like the sessions? Anything you liked? Anything you would improve? But overall, like, how was the program for you, and how did you feel during that experience?
Yeah, so the program was really great. And the my favorite part of this program is at the beginning. So when I just joined the program, I think it's July 9th, and I didn't really have any I had my worst resume at the time. I didn't have any experiences, and I didn't really know how to do like what should I do. And that's also why I'm so excited when I got taught to do a bunch of new things that I've never tried. It's like since I have a bunch of new things that I can try on those things and see how it works for me. And the feeling is like you're going to gambling and you don't know if you're gonna get some rewards, but you're just so dying for try these things. So I think at the beginning, I don't know if I can talk about like what we specifically did in the program, but all those things I just like felt excited every day when I wake up. I check on everything. Every news for me could be a good news, and that was the most excited period for the program. And like after 1 month, I mean, it's you're looking for the internship, you're looking for jobs. So after 1 month, it's not like so many new things for me to do. Is go into this repeating phase that you just keep applying at the time. But even though you are applying, but you are applying with a better resume that you have built up for the first month during the first month, and with that new resume, you have a bunch of new experiences to talk about. And also for the next month, I think we did a lot of like practice on interviews that makes me gain uh, quite a lot confidence with the interviews. So that's the overview for this program. So I would say like two parts of it, but overall it's really good. experiences. I mean, after all, I get what I want, and I think the program is definitely helpful
Mhm.
for my career.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. What kind of person do you think would benefit most from this program? I know obviously like you mentioned how you had like very little experience going in, but if you were to recommend this program to a certain kind of person, who would it be?
I think like I would recommend anyone who struggles with finding software engineering internships, who are like computer science students. I'm not really familiar with people like joining the bootcamp, but I would say that for most computer science students that I've met, like from my school, a lot of students they really don't know like how to get the co-op and for their first time, and a lot of them are just doing like just like doing what I did before. They do lead codes a lot. But they still don't get any interviews. They have a bunch of questions. I mean, for those people, it's definitely a good idea to join the program. But also, I think the program is not meant to, make for you just to join and you can just like chill and lie down and everything's gonna automatically working for you. It definitely it's not like that. So you still need to do a lot of things. Like I think it depends on how much do you want to get this job, get the internship.
Mhm.
The more you want to get it, definitely the program is more is better for you.
Absolutely. I also think part of it is you actually got your offer like during the program. Most people like they finish the program, then maybe 1 or 2 months later they actually get that offer because these things take a few months. But I think it speaks to the fact of how much effort you put in, the fact that you got your offer very, very quickly. Now, another way I like to talk to people about the program is the program's like a hammer, right? You still have to use the hammer if you're trying to, knock in a nail. It's not like owning a hammer is going to build a skyscraper, right? But the program is
Yeah,
going to make you more effective. It's going to tell you what to do, but you have to be the one to actually go out there and do that. So it's nice to hear from that perspective. Like, this is not a fix all where you just join it and then magically you wake up and you have all these internships and la la la. You know what I mean? Like, you have to actually follow the advice, do the effort, do the real work. But if you do, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
yeah. I mean, I think this whole thing is like there's no shortcut or there's no magic during this program. Like you don't just magically get anything without working hard. And a lot of people that they are, I think they are like asking questions about how can I get internship on the internet. They always think that people may give them a some magic spell that they could just like quickly get what they want. But the thing is that even though it's not quick, it's still not that long for most people to think. A lot of people they get offer within a few months. And to be honest, I was surprised that I can get this internship. I don't know if you remember that the very first few coaching calls that I had, I even just asked you like, can I get an unpaid internship by the end of the summer?
Mhm.
That was my expectation uh, during this program. Like I just want to get something to write down on my resume. I'm satisfied with that. But it ends up like I quickly got the first unpaid internship only a few days after I joined the program, and then I go from there to even further and further. Got my first interview and I failed it, and then got next interview, and then finally landed the offer. It's just like you know, it was funny to be honest, the whole process, and also you need to spend some time, put some effort in this, and yeah, that's
Mhm.
how you use this program. And also, since you are paying for this program, um, it also like feels like since I have already paid it, and a lot of people who want the internship, they probably have some financial pressures, and that makes your pressure like that makes you have more pressure on this thing, and therefore you take this thing more serious.
Mhm. Absolutely. I totally agree, man. Like and I again, I've paid for many programs in my day, and like when you actually put the money in, just everything changes because you're like, I paid for this
Yeah.
thing, I have to use it, and I have to have focus. I guess let's talk a bit about what happened. I know we've alluded to it a few times, like you got a job offer, but why don't you tell me a bit about what was the result at the end of the day? Like, what company did you get your internship from? How did that feel to get that offer? And where do you hope to go now that the program is running to a close in the next few weeks?
Okay, yeah. So I got the job from a company called Macro Health. It's a very like local startup company, medium size, but it's like a 8 month contract co-op in a software engineer role, and it's a remote job. So it sounds very good for me at this point since I've got no jobs before, and also since I'm also applying for the next summer, and this job is like perfectly filling the gap between right now and till next summer. So I can work in this job while applying for next summer without any financial pressure anymore. So before I got the job, I was really pressured actually because during the program I tried really hard for the past 2 months trying to get one internship for the coming fall. And also, I spend quite a lot of money. You know, I'm international student. It's really expensive for me to live in here, and also I have to pay my tuition. You know, so I have to use my father's money, and it was feeling guilty to be honest, like spending so much money on that. And now I don't have to take courses next semester, so no tuition, and I can pay for my own life. So you know, it's suddenly like my financial pressure is gone, and also I no longer feel the pressure to get in this industry because it's before you get your first software engineer job, you just feel you doubt yourself if you can actually get into the industry. I know some people who graduate from the school, but they graduated from also the same major, computer science, but they don't get the job, and they still do like some other irrelevant jobs. So that's also what I was concerning about. But for now, I don't concerned about it anymore.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I guess what are your future goals now? Now that you have this internship in your resume and it's something you're doing for 8 months, so it's like a full year internship, which is obviously even better. It's a paid internship, which is big move there. What do you plan on doing, next year? I believe you're a junior, so you're graduating 2026 at the moment, sometimes around then, right? So what are your future plans and where are you hoping to go in the next year or so?
Yeah, so I actually have a few future plans that I'm trying to, figure out which is better. But for now, I want to apply for. So as you said, it's like a staircase. So since I've got my first internship, I'm aiming for any a little bit name brand companies who are maybe not just a fan or big unicorn companies, but also any name brand companies with a better salary, and I will go from there. And I sort of like I'm planning for my career with every time I have a better experience or a better company getting into my resume. So my final goal, of course, is a fan company because during my time talking to people on LinkedIn, there was one guy told me that as long as you can have any fan company in your resume, you just need to put that name in your resume. Your resume will be like perfect, and everyone would like to accept or at least give you an interview. So that's my final goal is that I want those those names in my resume, and that makes me capable of getting any software engineer jobs in the future, at least like maximize my chance to get those jobs. And after that, I'm not really sure about what's going on next because I think a lot of people do not like they do not say my dream is to become a software engineer and that's my whole life. Because I see as at least for example you became a software engineer and then you chose to become a YouTuber,
Mhm.
right? Some people may choose to become other things. People always have their own life goals, but I would say that no matter what goals you have, you always need to at least get some money. You need to be able to make money. This is like you are a completed person with a capability of making money.
Mhm.
Before that, you're like not even completed. So so my first thing is that I want to complete myself as a adult that I'm able to make money, and then so I can use the money to do whatever I want, invest in different areas of myself. That's how wonderful life is that you're like playing the game that you make money and you pursue different things. This is I think this is my plan.
Awesome. Well, Jason, thanks for talking to me about this. This is super insightful, super helpful to anybody who wants to join the program. Just to hear like what it was like before, during, and then after. And again, like congratulations about that internship. That's super exciting. When I saw that in the Slack, I was like, let's go. That's so epic that you were able to get that internship. But yeah, otherwise I will see you in the future coaching calls. Thanks for coming today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yep, bye.